You think your cat ignores you. No hello at the door, no tail wagging, no I missed you energy. But here's the part most people don't realize: your cat is watching you constantly, your habits, your moods, even the tiny choices you make without thinking. And if you misread that quiet attention as indifference, you'll miss the clearest signals they send every single day. In a minute, I'll show you one small behavior that proves your cat isn't distant. They're studying you. Cats aren't built to perform love the way dogs do. They don't show devotion with fireworks, they show it with focus. A cat's default mode is observation, quiet, still taking notes. So when they sit across the room doing nothing, they're not checked out. They're tracking patterns. They're learning what comes next. And once you understand that their behavior stops looking like indifference and starts looking like connection, just in a language most people never learn to read. 1. They track your schedule. Your cat doesn't just notice when you feed them, they notice the pattern that leads to it, because to a cat, patterns are how you control the world without making noise. Think about how randomly your cat shows up the moment you stand up from your desk, or how they appear when you open a specific drawer even if you haven't touched the food yet. They're not psychic. They're associating tiny cues: the click of your phone, locking, the squeak of a chair, the way your footsteps change when you're headed to the kitchen instead of the bathroom. To you, those are background details. To them, that's the whole story. And once a cat builds that timeline, they start living ahead of you. Some cats wait by the door right before you usually come home. Some start hovering near the sink at the exact time you tend to refill the bowl. Some wake up minutes before your alarm because your breathing and movement shift before you even realize it. Here's the part most owners miss. When your cat sits across the room ignoring you, they may actually be doing something intimate, tracking your rhythm so they can feel safe inside it. Predictability is comfort. Routine is security. And once they've learned your schedule, they don't just follow it. They start testing what happens when they try to change it. 2. They test your reactions. Your cat is basically a tiny scientist, and you are the lab. They'll do one small thing: tap a cabinet, knock a pen, walk straight across your keyboard, and then freeze staring at you like. So, what does this get me? Most people call it attitude. But a lot of the time it's a reaction test. Cats learn cause and effect fast. If knocking something down makes you look up, that's a win. If meowing at the pantry makes you stand up, that's a win. If jumping on the counter gets you to chase the still attention, and attention can be the reward. Even scolding can accidentally train the behavior if it reliably gives them a response. That's why the same annoying move keeps coming back. It worked once, so they rerun the experiment. And they don't just test rules, they test you. Your patience level, your mood, your predictability. Ever notice how your cat suddenly becomes a menace the moment you're on a call, gaming, or trying to focus? That's not coincidence. They've learned when you're most reactive and least likely to get up, so they push the smallest button that creates the biggest reaction. Once you see it, everything changes. You stop asking, why are they like this, and start asking, what am I teaching them, without realizing it. 3. They read your mood. Your cat isn't just watching what you do, they're watching how you feel while you do it. And once you notice this, you can't unsee it. The day you're calm, they'll sprawl out like they own the place. The day you're stressed, they'll either shadow you quietly or keep their distance like they're giving you space. That's not moodiness. That's sensitivity. Cats pick up on signals humans barely register: your voice getting tighter, your breathing speeding up, your hands moving faster, your footsteps turning heavy. They learn you're normal, then they detect the shift. And because they're wired to avoid danger, a shift in you becomes a change in the whole environment. That's why your cat sometimes shows up when you're having a bad day, sits nearby, without demanding anything, and just stays. It can look like they're ignoring you because they're not all over you, but in their world, staying close without crowding you is a kind of respect. Here's the key: your cat doesn't need to understand your problems, they just track your energy and decide what's safe. Later, I'll show you the simplest way to tell if your cat sees you as a safe base, or as someone they need to stay cautious around. 4. The stare is data. When your cat sits across the room and just stares, it's easy to read it as rejection. Like cool, you could not care less. But that stare isn't distance, it's data. Cats are built to observe from places that feel secure. A doorway, the end of the couch, the top of a chair, the spot where they can see the whole room without being in the middle of it. Because to a cat, safety isn't about being close. It's about having control over space. When they keep you in their line of sight, they're tracking movement, sound, and change, who stands up, who walks away, what object gets picked up, what tone your voice is using. And yes, you're part of that map. Here's the twist in cat language. Watching can be a form of bonding. They're including you in their awareness. They're choosing to stay connected without needing constant contact. That's why a cat can look completely uninterested, while never actually taking their attention off you. And if they truly trust you, that stare often softens into a signal most owners misread because it doesn't look like affection. It looks like nothing until you know what to look for. 5. Slow blink equals trust. Most people think a slow blink is your cat getting sleepy, like they're casually drifting off and you just happen to be in the room. But in cat language, the slow blink is one of the clearest "I trust you" signals they have, because it's a tiny moment where they choose not to be on guard. A cat that feels unsure doesn't soften their eyes. They scan, they stay ready. They keep their face tight, ears tuned, body prepared to move. So when your cat looks at you and slowly closes their eyes, then opens them again, they're saying, "I don't need to monitor you like a threat." That's not indifference, that's safety. And here's the best part: you can answer in a way that actually makes your bond stronger without forcing anything. Don't lean in, don't reach, don't try to get a cuddle out of them. Just relax your face, give a slow blink back, and hold still like you're telling them no pressure. Then watch the follow-up. If they blink back again, if their ears loosen, if they shift their weight and settle lower, if their tail stops flicking, that's your cat choosing calm in your presence. That's bigger than a quick head bump, because it means you're not just fun or useful, you're predictable. If this is changing how you see your cat, hit like and subscribe, because the next part explains why your presence is what lets them fully relax. Try it when they're across the room watching you. Keep it quiet, keep it simple, because the moment you chase affection, you stop feeling safe. And the moment you feel safe, your cat stops running experiments and starts relaxing. 6. Payoff: you are safe base. Remember that thread from the beginning, the idea that your cat isn't ignoring you, they're watching you. Here's why you're the signal their nervous system uses to decide whether the world is safe. You've probably seen the switch flip in real time. Your cat is alert, ears, forward body a little tense. Then you walk in and suddenly they soften. Eyes half close. Shoulders drop. They stretch out like someone finally exhaled. That's not laziness. That's regulation. Cats don't relax deeply unless the environment feels predictable, and for a lot of cats, you are the most important part of that environment. When you're calm and consistent, your cat explores more. They groom. They play. They nap harder. But when you're gone, or when your energy is chaotic, they stay in monitor mode. They patrol, they hide, they watch every sound, every movement, because their job becomes keep the system under control. This is why bonding isn't about forcing affection. It's not about picking them up when they don't want it, or trying to turn every moment into cuddles. It's about being steady. Slow movements, a relaxed voice, respecting their no when they step away. Every time you do that, you teach them the same message: you're safe with me. They're not ignoring you, they're using you as home base. And once you understand that, the quiet way they watch you starts to feel like the loudest kind of love. So here's the truth: your cat isn't ignoring you, they're learning you. They track your routines, test your reactions, read your mood, and watch you like you're the most important weather system in their world. And the more steady and respectful you are, the safer they feel, because to them, calm is love. Tonight, try one thing: when your cat looks at you, don't reach. Just slow blink and stay still. Then watch what happens next. If you want part 2, how to tell whether your cat sees you as a safe base, follow for the next video. And now I'm curious, what's the one weird habit your cat does that you never understood? Drop it in the comments.